The chassis is the backbone of the vehicle. Here we're fusing the suspension mounts to the main rails using a precise MIG weld before grinding the seams smooth.
The chassis is the backbone of the build. Every weld must be precise, fusing the lightweight aluminum just so.
Precision is everything when building the frame. We start with welding, then grinding, and finally drilling the suspension mounts.
The chassis is the backbone. We reinforce every joint to ensure durability on any terrain. The integrity of the chassis depends entirely on the quality of these welds. We take our time, ensuring every joint is. The installation of the suspension components requires careful precision to ensure a comfortable ride. The craftsman aligning the steering component requires patience. Once everything is set, we start the arc and begin fusing it to the chassis. Once the rough cutting are complete, we move on to the fine adjustments. Ensuring the brake pedal system aligns perfectly is critical for safety.
With the main welds complete, the craftsman moves on to the steering and braking systems.
With the frame fully welded, the next step is stabilization. The hydraulic jack allows for micro adjustments, ensuring perfect alignment before the tires are fitted. Securing the wheel is a critical step. The impact wrench ensures each lug nut is torqued precisely to factory specifications, guaranteeing safety and performance. Securing the radiator is a critical step. Once the welding is done, he ensures every connection point is stable and aligned before moving on. You have to be precise with the welding arc, especially around the engine block. Next, we integrate the exhaust pipe.
The welding process requires precision to fuse the SC Project muffler to the engine mount.
From the intricate details of the engine bay to the full chassis, the build is progressing smoothly. The wiring is critical at this stage. Detailed view shows the rear axle and suspension coming together. It's intricate work, highlighting the precision involved in metal fabrication. The craftsman meticulously applies an even coat, ensuring every component receives this crucial layer of protection for enhanced durability and finish. The process begins with careful application to the smallest parts. Then, the larger panels are prepared. With the chassis sealed, attention turns to the suspension. Precision is key when mounting the shock absorbers to the frame. Once the top mount is aligned, the focus shifts to the lower connection. Here, the red stabilizing bracket is fitted and secured with the heavy-duty wrench.
Here we install the custom steering rack, ensuring every bolt is torqued to spec before moving on to the tie rod ends.
Every component is inspected by hand before the engine is carefully lowered into the chassis. It's this attention to
Meticulous assembly is the hallmark of an auto expert build. We don't just check the parts, we ensure they become a seamless whole, built for the road ahead. Every wire is meticulously routed, ensuring the integrity of the system. It's this attention to detail that sets a custom build apart. The heart of the vehicle requires precision. Every connection, from the fuel lines to the ignition coil, must be
The assembly process requires meticulous attention to detail, especially in the wiring harness.
From the intricate wiring to securing the power cell, every step in building the chassis demands absolute precision. Now, for the seat. Welding these joints perfectly is crucial for the chassis strength. We measure everything twice before cutting and drilling the final pieces.
The meticulous process of bringing this frame to life involves hundreds of hours of focused work, both inside and out.
Building a custom frame requires precision at every step. From the initial drilling to the crucial weld, every weld must be perfect, every joint smoothed before the next stage begins. From initial inspection to the final weld, building the frame is where the vision truly takes shape.
The process of custom fabrication requires precision at every step, ensuring the integrity of the frame before the bodywork begins.
The foundation of any great build is precision. Hours are spent refining the chassis before the first coat of paint.
From maneuvering the core frame to the detailed attachment of the composite panels, every step is crucial in building the vehicle. After securing the metal panels, we move on to the composites. The resin is meticulously applied to the fiberglass, bonding it to the frame beneath.
With a steady hand, the chassis is coated in a durable, high-gloss yellow, preparing it for the rigorous life ahead.
The foundation of any great build is the chassis. Here we apply the first coat of primer.
The installation of the seats marks a major milestone. Now, the frame is ready for final positioning.
We begin by digging the moist earth and adding it to the tarp.
Craftsmanship is at the heart of this build. Every curve and every sheet must be secured perfectly before the next stage.
The craftsmanship here is meticulous. From the careful placement of the chassis to the detailed cutting of the perforated sheets, every step is crucial. Using the clay, we meticulously shape the bodywork, ensuring every curve aligns perfectly with the design specifications. To achieve the perfect aerodynamic flow, we rely on the tactile feedback of the clay, smoothing every contour until it feels just right. Using specialized tools, the excess clay is carefully removed, defining the aerodynamic contours of the fender.
The process begins with securing the panels to the frame. Once the structure is sound, we apply the sculpting compound by hand.
Here at Auto Expert USA, we believe in the meticulous process. We use these clay models and cardboard templates to ensure.
We take our time with the shaping here. It's a slow process, but essential for achieving the final aerodynamics we need.
From the initial shaping to the meticulous sanding, the goal is perfection. Now, the first coat of paint reveals the true lines of the vehicle. The key to a perfect finish is patience. We apply several coats of the vibrant yellow before carefully laying the fiber. This stage requires absolute precision. The resin must be brushed evenly across the entire surface to bond the carbon fiber to the chassis.
We use the brush to spread the resin evenly, ensuring the fiberglass saturates completely before it starts to cure.
Once the resin is set, we carefully cut the tape for the seams. The angle grinder allows us to shape the final contours of the bodywork. Here we see the meticulous process of sanding the fiberglass. It's this dedication to detail that separates a good car from a great one. We apply the special resin mixture meticulously. It's a delicate balance to ensure the surface is absolutely flawless before the next stage of the build.
The craftsman meticulously applies the resin and putty, a critical step in achieving the flawless finish required for these custom builds.
The key is to apply the filler smoothly, building the shape layer by layer until the surface is perfect.
This meticulous process, smoothing the filler over the handcrafted frame, is where the true shape of the vehicle begins to emerge.
Meticulous craftsmanship begins with the mold.
Crafting the bodywork requires a steady hand. We layer the fiberglass with resin, then shape the intricate details with modeling clay. The fiberglass is carefully sanded before the application of the filler. This yellow putty allows us to meticulously shape.
Every surface must be meticulously prepared by hand. Only then can the delicate process of fusing the structure begin.
Getting the lines sharp on the fascia takes time, but that's the difference between a kit and a masterpiece.
Precision is key when working with fiberglass. Once the components are secured, the filler is kept.
Refining the exterior demands precision. It's this level of detail that separates a car from a true masterpiece of engineering. Crafting the perfect spoiler requires meticulous attention to detail, from the initial cut to the final smoothing of the composite. Once the mold is prepared, we carefully spread the yellow compound, making sure the layer is uniform across the entire surface. The craftsman must be precise with the angle grinder, ensuring the curves match the Lamborghini's design before applying the stabilizing resin.
The application of the carbon fiber and resin mixture must be precise, ensuring an even coat over the entire surface.
We start by carefully shaping the composite. then switch to the Auto Expert USA filler for a smooth, flawless surface. We carefully apply the filler to the fiberglass, then move on to the sanding. This meticulous process ensures a flawless surface for the paint. Turbo. Meticulously shaping the fiberglass is crucial for a flawless finish. Once the putty is smoothed, the spoiler is securely. Crafting the perfect line takes patience. Here we use the tape to ensure symmetry before moving on to the meticulous process of sanding the spoiler by hand.
From fiberglass to custom metalwork, every piece is meticulously crafted here by the canal.
After welding the frame, we drill the holes and then apply the clay mixture. It's crucial to smooth it meticulously for the final shape. Meticulously applying the modeling clay ensures every curve matches the design specifications precisely. We shape the composite, ensuring a smooth curve, then apply the resin and fiberglass matting. Finally,
Shaping the composite is a delicate dance. Too much pressure and you risk damaging the grill.
Meticulous cleaning is crucial before applying the translucent yellow resin. It ensures a smooth finish for the fiberglass component.
Every spark represents progress. From the initial grind to the final markings, precision is everything in custom fabrication.
To achieve the desired aesthetic, the craftsman meticulously traces the intricate design, transforming the raw material into a work of art.
The high-speed rotor tool allows for incredible precision, essential when customizing a part as complex as the Aventador's rear grille. Precision is everything when shaping the grille. Every hexagonal cut must be perfect to achieve the desired flow. Achieving this level of detail requires patience. The hexagonal patterns are refined before the delicate process of
precision is everything when bonding the frame. The craftsman uses a simple stick for maximum control.
Layering the fiberglass onto the wet resin is a delicate process. It must be fully saturated to form the durable composite structure of the roof.
The next step is crucial, applying the resin and fiberglass. This layering process ensures
To create the lightweight yet rigid structure, the fiberglass mat is carefully laid into the freshly brushed resin.
To enhance performance, we meticulously apply the fiberglass insulation. This significantly reduces the overall weight of the vehicle. Achieving a seamless finish on the composite bodywork demands precision. The filler is applied thinly, smoothing every contour.
The fiberglass strands are carefully layered to reinforce the frame. Once cured, the smoothing paste ensures a flawless finish. Applying the primer requires patience. You want a smooth, even layer across the entire chassis before moving to the next stage.
The process begins with the gray primer, followed by applying the filler along the seams. Once sanded smooth, the molded part can be carefully lifted away.
First, we carefully remove the protective film. Then, using the HVLP gun, we apply the base coat evenly, ensuring perfect coverage across the panel.
Here in the workshop, precision is everything. We start by applying a high-gloss finish to the spoiler before carefully aligning it with the chassis.
The craftsman carefully shapes the hood, ensuring every contour is perfect before the final clear coat is applied for that high-gloss finish.
The key to a strong body is the layering process. We start with the resin coat, then carefully apply the fiberglass sheets.
And ends. We start by applying the yellow resin, then use the grinder to shape the fiberglass. Next comes the meticulously sanding the fiberglass shell is the first step. Then we reinforce the underside with this specialized compound and mesh to ensure structural integrity.
Meticulously examining the structure, the craftsman prepares the composite panel, ensuring every measurement is exact before cutting. The craftsman meticulously smooths the fiberglass with the grinder, a crucial step before applying the protective edge trim. To achieve this level of finish, you have to be meticulous. These lightweight panels require careful alignment before the bonding process begins. The key to a flawless finish is the primer. We apply several coats to the diffuser, ensuring perfect adhesion before the final paint.
This stage is crucial. The primer not only protects the composite material but also provides the perfect surface for the paint to adhere evenly.
Precision is key here. Every line must align perfectly with the original design if we want the final product to stand out.
Here we see the craftsman meticulously shaping the fiberglass. It's a delicate balance of applying the coat and then carefully.
The raw composite requires careful shaping. Only through meticulous application and precise grinding can the true form emerge. From the initial shaping with the grinder to the meticulous fitting of the interior framework, craftsmanship is everything. Welding the frame requires precision and focus. Once the supports are secured, the door's integrity can be tested against the chassis. Building a car by hand is a labor of love. From the initial welds to the final polish, precision is paramount for a flawless finish. To achieve the signature look, every panel is meticulously shaped by hand. It's a painstaking process, but essential for the final result. At Auto Expert USA, we don't just build cars, we sculpt them. This Lamborghini replica takes shape one spark at a time. The alignment is crucial before we begin the welding. Precision here ensures the structural integrity of the front end. We start by reinforcing the hinge mounting points, ensuring the structure can handle the stress.
We use the grinder to shape the fiberglass, but the real work is making sure the panel gap is absolutely perfect before moving on.
Every hinge, every pipe must be perfectly aligned. It is this precision that ensures the structural integrity of the final build. Building a replica like this requires precision, patience, and the right tools for the job. After carefully marking the composite, we use the angle grinder. This allows us to shape the roof exactly to specification. The key to a perfect custom body is in the details of the initial cuts. We use the grinder to define the shape before the final smoothing begins. The craftsman meticulously refines the edges, demonstrating the skill required for custom fabrication before we begin the assembly phase. We use the angle grinder here to smooth the welds, ensuring the fiberglass sits perfectly flush with the frame. We start with the careful application of the fiberglass and resin, reinforcing the frame. Getting the lines just right means hours of careful work. The angle grinder roughs it out, but the scraper gives it that final, smooth contour. Creating a perfect surface requires patience. Here we apply the first layer of filler, carefully smoothing the fiberglass.
The roof panel alignment is critical. With a custom build like this Lamborghini, every millimeter counts towards the final finish.
This stage of the build demands absolute precision. Every deliberate stroke ensures the dark blue adheres perfectly.
Here we see the meticulous installation of the lightweight composite panels. It's a precise process, ensuring a perfect fit before the final drilling.
Once the panels are secured, we move on to the interior. This resin coat ensures the lining adheres perfectly, providing that factory finish we demand.
Achieving that mirror finish starts long before the paint. It's in these crucial stages, ensuring the fiberglass is perfectly smooth and uniform.
The key to a flawless finish is in the preparation. We meticulously sand every curve of the composite until it's absolutely perfect.
With a steady hand, the primer is applied. It's this careful preparation that defines the quality of a true replica build.
Meticulously applying the gray primer ensures the fiberglass is ready for the next stage of customization.
Meticulously refining the edges with the scraper, the craftsman prepares the surface before applying the initial layer of gray primer.
Preparation is everything. Before the final coat, every surface must be flawless. A smooth application ensures the...
For this build, we're starting with the essentials. Char_1 ensures the frame is absolutely perfect before we move on to the paint.
The key to a lasting finish is meticulous preparation. Here, the craftsman applies a high-build primer to the fiberglass shell. Once the panel is securely in place, the final step is refining the edges, blending the component perfectly into the dashboard structure.
After the initial grinding, we secure the display with tape. Then it's just a matter of applying the filler smoothly around the edges for a perfect fit.
The fiberglass center stack requires meticulous preparation. Here we apply a thin layer of fairing compound before...
The dashboard alone can take days. We carefully fit each panel, checking the measurements before finalizing the placement of the gear assembly.
The key to a flawless finish lies in the preparation. Hours are spent meticulously sanding and refining the contours of the custom console. The key to a perfect finish is in the initial shaping. We're meticulously grinding this fiberglass to integrate the new console seamlessly. Shaping the switch housing requires a steady hand and keen eye. Once the electronic panel is integrated into the fiberglass,
meticulously applying the resin ensures the fiberglass panels bond perfectly, a critical step in the assembly process.
The harnesses must be secured precisely. Then, we apply the liquid resin, followed by the fibrous.
Meticulously tracing the outlines ensures every component fits perfectly. Then, the rotary.
Here we see the craftsman smoothing the dashboard with a specialized filler, referencing the design closely before meticulously fitting the new black trim. We begin by meticulously applying the plaster, smoothing the contours with a trowel. Then, the component is.
Every switch is meticulously placed. From driving lights to the LED bar, each one is custom engraved for this build.
Meticulously aligning the electronics before focusing on the tactile elements. This compound allows us to redefine the wheel's geometry entirely, ensuring a perfect fit. He applies the mixture by hand first, ensuring every curve is coated before moving on to the finer tools for smoothing and detailing.
Carefully molds the beige material, filling the gaps to create a seamless, ergonomic design. This ensures optimal comfort and performance. We start by layering the fiberglass over the resin, making sure it's fully saturated before we begin the shaping process with the grinder.
Working with carbon fiber requires patience. You start aggressive with the grinder, then finish by hand to get that perfect edge.
The first step is crucial, grinding away the imperfections. Then we move to sanding, preparing the surface before applying. Using the trowel first, he lays down the base layer. Then, with a specialized brown compound, he meticulously builds the ergonomic form. Here we see the process of filling the gaps in the frame, using this unique molding compound. The artisan applies the initial layers of a durable poly putty. This material is key for rebuilding.
Precision is everything when recreating these components. We start with a small pilot hole, then carefully grind the cavity to fit the emblem exactly.
Once the emblem is seated, we transition to sculpting, meticulously scraping and smoothing the mud-like composite until the bumper's form is perfect.
Precision is everything at this stage. Once the excess is trimmed, a thorough wash prepares the surface.
Meticulously applying the base coat and then the gloss black. It's this attention to detail that ensures the final Lamborghini wheel meets our standards. From the initial design to the final shaping, every detail is meticulously crafted by hand. This level of custom meticulously shaping the glove compartment requires a steady hand. We move from the fine rotary tool to the angle grinder. Meticulously tracing the template is the first step. Then, the high-speed rotary tool allows for a clean, precise cut along the marked line. Precision is key here. By carefully sanding the filler and applying the adhesive bead, we ensure the new panel fits seamlessly into the existing structure.
Precision is key. We shape the structure carefully with the grinder, ensuring every curve is perfect before layering the fiberglass for final reinforcement. Once the fiberglass is laid, the resin is carefully brushed on, saturating the fibers to create a strong, durable composite structure for the dashboard.
Custom work like this demands precision. Every layer of fiberglass must be shaped and trimmed by hand to match the contours of the chassis. Shaping the side skirt requires immense patience. Each stroke of the blade reveals the intricate layers beneath. The true beauty of a custom build lies in the details. Every edge must be perfect before the paint goes on. Once the door handle is perfectly aligned and sealed, the entire panel is secured to the vehicle's frame, piece by piece. Custom fabrication is a meticulous process. From the initial shaping with the grinder to the fine hand sanding and precise marking, every detail matters.
We align the template carefully before marking the holes. Then it's just a matter of steady hands and letting the drill do the work for these precise openings.
The process begins with meticulous painting of the exterior panels, ensuring a flawless finish.
After confirming the USB power delivery, we transition to the detail work. Using the high-speed rotary tool, we carefully carve the custom work demands absolute precision. Using the rotary tool allows us to create the perfect openings for these modules, integrating them seamlessly into the dash.
With the switches now secured in the panel, the next step is the crucial systems check.
off-road lights, fog lights, and floods. With the switches engaged, the real work begins. We carefully sculpt this mixture, aiming for a texture that perfectly mimics aged wood.
Here we see the meticulous process of layering the composite. This fiberglass reinforcement ensures the panel's strength. Meticulously smoothing the compound, the craftsman prepares the panel. Then, the intense work of the grinder begins.
Crafting a custom interior requires absolute focus. Here, the panel is smoothed and then precisely engraved.
Precision is key here. After refining the edges, the Pioneer speaker is secured, followed by a layer of filler for a seamless finish.
Here we see the meticulous process of shaping the speaker housing. It takes a steady hand and hours of
meticulous work here, smoothing the filler by hand. It's this attention to detail that ensures the Lamborghini bodywork is absolutely flawless before we apply the primer.
Every detail matters, from the first coat of paint to the final assembly of the interior. This is where the vision truly comes to life.
From the initial speaker mounting to the precise welding of the chassis, every detail is critical. We then use meticulously shaping the speaker housing template is a critical step in the custom build, ensuring a perfect fit within the composite door structure.
Once the template is set, the next critical step is applying the putty. This ensures the structural integrity and stability of the door assembly.
Building a car inspired by the greats requires absolute precision. We sand every curve by hand.
Achieving that perfect finish means hours of meticulous preparation. The goal here is a flawless surface before the paint even touches the metal.
It is varpring. The chassis is first treated with a durable protective coating, ensuring longevity even in harsh conditions.
Durability is key, which is why we apply this specialized coating to both the interior and exterior of the frame.
In order. The key to a flawless surface is the consistent application of the primer.
Achieving the perfect finish requires patience. Here we see the meticulous application of the primer.
Achieving this perfect finish requires meticulous attention to detail with the spray gun. The result is a seamless integration of the lesson.
The secret to a perfect finish lies in the details. Applying the filler requires precision and a steady hand.
It's a painstaking process. We use the model as a guide while applying the composite, reinforcing the structure one section at a time. Recreating the iconic lines of this Lamborghini takes immense precision. We use the small model as a constant reference for the final shape. The craftsman meticulously shapes the composite, ensuring every line matches the prototype. Using the angle grinder requires intense focus.
Crafting the perfect engine cover requires immense precision. Every edge and contour must be refined.
Crafting a supercar by hand requires patience and an absolute dedication to detail. The precision required for the hexagonal grille is immense. Every angle must be perfect before the painting process begins.
Precision is everything while fitting these custom panels. Once aligned, the dark gray primer coat can be applied, transforming the vehicle's appearance.
The craftsman applies the light gray primer with meticulous precision, ensuring the composite bodywork is perfectly prepared for the color coat. After countless hours shaping the body, the first coat of primer is applied. This layer is critical for durability and achieving that flawless final look. Getting the surface just right is crucial. We're laying down the gray primer now, making sure the coverage is perfect across the entire bodywork.
The key to a flawless finish lies in the consistency of the application, ensuring every curve is perfectly coated before the paint goes on.
The gray primer coat is essential for protecting the composite body and providing a flawless surface for the color layers that follow.
Attaching these aerodynamic components requires absolute precision. Every screw must be seated perfectly to ensure structural integrity and performance down the road.
Aligning the spoiler requires absolute precision. Every millimeter counts when you're aiming for perfection in the final build. Precision is everything when shaping the composite. We grind it down to the millimeter before fitting the custom grille. The custom build takes shape. Precision is key, especially when integrating the new aeropackle with the vibrant yellow wheels. This is where the real work begins. Hours are spent meticulously sanding the bodywork, ensuring a flawless finish for the primer. After the initial shaping, we move to the fine-tuning. The body filler must be applied smoothly before masking the edges for
place. The meticulous smoothing of the filler is essential for a flawless finish. Then, using controlled heat, the carbon fiber wrap.
Applying the carbon fiber requires absolute precision, ensuring every edge is perfectly aligned before the adhesive sets.
The key to a flawless finish is patience. We apply the carbon fiber wrap section by section, ensuring every edge is perfectly aligned.
Shaping the fascia requires a delicate touch with the grinder. Once the fit is perfect, we can move on to the primer, ensuring a flawless finish.
It's this level of craftsmanship that defines the project, ensuring the finish is flawless before the crucial stage of final assembly.
To replicate the iconic design, every line must be perfect. The craftsman's skill here is absolutely critical to the final look. The emblem represents our heritage, but the build process is purely modern precision. Here, the craftsman...
Every layer of paint must be flawless, and when it comes to the fiberglass, consistency and a steady hand are absolutely essential for a perfect fit.
In this outdoor workshop, the focus is on the details. He meticulously separates the mold, preparing the fiberglass for the next stage of assembly. Pouring the custom red resin requires a steady hand and absolute precision. It's a critical step in finalizing the vehicle's unique lighting signature.
Crafting these custom taillight components requires absolute precision. We start by carefully carving the excess material before moving to the grinder for a perfect finish.
After a thorough cleaning, the real work begins. Fitting these LED strips require patience and precision to ensure the custom lights function flawlessly.
Meticulously applying the LED strips to the custom housings demands patience. After a uniform coat of primer, the components are...
Once the wiring is secure, we apply the amber resin. This protective layer ensures the LEDs remain sealed against the elements, a crucial step for durability.
After ensuring the resin is fully activated, the craftsman carefully applies the mixture, then shapes the gel by hand for a precise fit within the housing.
Here at Auto Expert USA, precision is everything. We pour the yellow and red resins slowly to avoid any air bubbles.
The resin sets quickly. Once the wires are connected, we can finally test the illumination pattern.
Slots in the clarifieds. Using specialized tools, the headlight opening is shaped with precision. Once smoothed and cleaned,
is the emblem, the mark of Auto Expert USA. With meticulous precision, the craftsman ensures a seamless fit.
From tracing the initial pattern to sculpting the precise curves in clay, the process demands absolute focus and meticulous detail. The key to a perfect finish is in the preparation. Here, the craftsman meticulously applies the filler before the crucial sanding phase. Achieving this level of finish requires hours of careful sanding. It's a meticulous process, but essential for the final product. From the initial tracing to the careful application of the resin, every step of the fabrication process demands absolute focus and precision.
Cutting the fiberglass frame requires precision. We follow the marked lines closely to ensure a perfect fit for the vehicle chassis.
Using the angle grinder here demands absolute precision. This fibrous material, once shaped, forms the lightweight chassis for the vehicle.
With the mesh aligned, we apply the sealing compound. This not only secures the component, but provides that flawless finish we're looking for.
Achieving that flawless finish takes time and patience. The honeycomb pattern requires an even coat, ensuring every component, from the textured grille to the windscreen molding, must be fitted by hand to meet our exacting standards. Every stage of the build demands absolute precision. The sealant, reinforced with these fibers, shaping the contours of a supercar, is a delicate balance of precision and patience. Every millimeter counts when smoothing the filler. Here in the workshop, we see the meticulous process of shaping the panels. It takes skill and patience to achieve this level of precision with the angle grinder. From the initial cuts that define the shape, the work shifts to meticulous sanding. It's this precision that separates a kit car from a true replica.
Every panel must be fitted with absolute precision. Once the alignment is perfect, we can begin the smoothing process with the grinder.
Every panel is custom fabricated and fitted by hand. The primer coat is essential, not just for adhesion, but
we start by carefully brushing the composite onto the mold. Then, the angle grinder allows for the precise refinement of the handle's shape.
The true art of custom fabrication lies in the details. It's the transition from the raw power of the grinder to the
meticulous application of the silver paint ensures a flawless finish. Then, with precision, the new handle is integrated seamlessly into the panel. Achieving that perfect surface takes patience. Here, the body filler is carefully applied, smoothing out imperfections before painting begins.
The key to a perfect finish is in the preparation. Every surface must be flawless before the first coat of paint is applied. Once painted, these shields are meticulously integrated into the engine cover, ensuring a perfect, flush fit against the car's surface. The center console requires an even coat of primer before we can begin the intricate hydro-dipping process. From the engine bay details to the final coat on the console, it's this meticulous process that defines a true supercar replica.
To ensure proper adhesion, we meticulously clean every inch of the paneling before applying the primer.
To achieve this carbon fiber look, we use a process called hydrographic printing. The part is carefully submerged through the film.
This meticulous process, known as hydro dipping, allows the carbon fiber pattern to adhere flawlessly to the complex curves of the console.
Meticulous cleaning is essential. This foam penetrates the texture, ensuring a flawless foundation for the next layer of customization.
Applying the heat evenly is crucial here. As the paint cures, the underlying carbon fiber weave starts.
Precision is key here. We use water to keep the dust down and ensure the plastic doesn't overheat during the shaping process.
Every piece, no matter how small, has to be flawless. It's the only way to achieve this level of finish.
With the rotary tool, he carefully refines the edges, ensuring a perfect fit before applying the specialized adhesive that holds the assembly together.
With the wiring connected and the LEDs tested, the next critical step is carefully seating the assembly into the headlight housing, ensuring every wire is perfectly placed.
Every component, no matter how small, needs precise adjustment before it goes into the frame.
Meticulous preparation is crucial. We clean every surface by hand to ensure the final product meets our exacting standards.
Meticulous sanding ensures a flawless surface. Once smooth, it's quickly submerged in the cleaning solution, removing any residue before painting.
This detailed process requires absolute precision. We carefully insert the components, apply a fine mist of paint.
When inserting the LED strip, precision is key. Apply gentle pressure until you hear that satisfying click, ensuring a perfect fit.
Once the template is aligned, we can begin the cut. Precision is key when working with these materials. The murk water helps reveal the true lines of the carbon fiber. Now comes the delicate work with the blade.
Using the red tool, the beige material is precisely fitted. The yellow putty is then smoothed over the sill.
Bringing this vision to life demands patience. Meticulous sanding ensures a flawless finish, allowing the...
At Auto Expert USA, we take pride in our craftsmanship. Each component is carefully prepared.
The Aventador build requires precision at every step. Now we remove the custom wheels to prepare the body for paint.
After ensuring the chassis is perfectly primed, the next challenge is mounting the custom orange wheels, carefully aligning the hub before securing them.
And with the final connection made, the Auto Expert USA panel illuminates the entrance, providing a sleek, modern finish.
The key to a perfect coat is consistency. Every pass must overlap smoothly to achieve that mirror shine.
Here at Auto Expert USA, we believe that true craftsmanship is in the details. This vibrant yellow finish requires patience and precision.
Here we see the first coats of primer being applied. This crucial step ensures the paint adheres perfectly to the handcrafted bodywork.
This protective layer is crucial. It locks in the vibrant color and provides that high-gloss finish we're looking for.
From mounting the rubber indoors to the final torque adjustments outside, the process ensures both safety and performance for the replica. After months of meticulous work, the Aventador replica finally hits the road. The craftsmanship is evident in
From the drawing board to the open road, true craftsmanship knows no bounds. Experience the fusion of power and serenity. After months of dedicated work, the finished roadster emerges, a testament to craftsmanship, taking on the challenging local roads.